Ooh, the Eighth Doctor was really cool. I'd put that in A tier. God, when this came out, they just dropped it out of nowhere. It was on like YouTube or something. God, that was so exciting to see like Paul McGann, I think his name was, come back and play the transitionary period between like the old Who and the new Who. God, it was so cool. And it's like a nice, like short, like 6 minute, like little mini episode where you see him regenerate. And he has like this speech about like all his companions and like forgive me, and this is really good regeneration scene. I liked it a lot. End of Time one is the best. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there. Is this who regenerated away or regenerated into? Oh, I'm just gonna say the scene here. So this is the scene when he regenerates into the War Doctor. So that's the scene I'm talking about here. I thought that was a really good scene. But then I got the War Doctor here. I guess this is terrible, but I guess I will treat when the War Doctor is regenerating into Christopher Eccleston or the Ninth Doctor. That was pretty terrible. I put that in Z tier because clearly they couldn't get Christopher Eccleston to show up to this commitment of the Day of the Doctor filming, so they just used like a CG face of him and like briefly showed it as he was, regenerating. Terrible. The Ninth Doctor, it was a B tier. It was fine. Like when he turns into Tennant, it's the first time we see it. He's like kind of happy, like weirdly happy. Rose is kind of concerned. I don't know. Kind of, it's fine. It's better than the War Doctor one, but not my biggest cup of tea, you know. Oh boy, now I'm struggling because I might have to reshuffle these later because the 10th Doctor one is really good. I think it purely depends on what happens between all of these. Let me come back to this. Let me come back to the major ones. The 12th Doctor, the 13th Doctor, the rest of these. So the Master one, I got no idea. Who the hell is the 15th Doctor? Jesus Christ. We haven't even seen him regenerate yet. The 14th Doctor, I won't count that yet. Second 13th. Second 10th one? I'm going to assume that's what they're referring to here is the... I'm trying to think of, unless I'm forgetting something. Is it the hand on the end of Journey's End or whatever? That was kind of a cool plot twist, but I mean, it's probably a C tier, right? Not that eventful or anything. The 12th Doctor. So this is when Capaldi turns into Jodie. I don't even remember the scene. That's how like unimpactful it was, I guess. Peter Capaldi regeneration scene. Why don't I remember it? I remember the scene after he regenerates, and it's like kind of you see smoke in his atmosphere, and it's like, oh, this is a big deal. And I think like the color grading and stuff changes as well. But I don't remember this at all. Oh yeah, he's given a speech about like be kinder and be like I guess I kind of remember this. Peter Capaldi is an amazing Doctor, but the regeneration scene, probably B tier, honestly. Where'd I put it? Oh, yeah, it's still down there. The 13th Doctor, I mean, her regeneration was really cool, just purely because of the plot twist at the end, how she turned into David Tennant. That was awesome. But again, I'd probably put that in B tier, top of B tier. All right, I'm just going to be honest. These are both S tier. The 10th Doctor, God, just everything. I would count his regeneration scene to me. God, even just the fact that when he regenerates, it's because of like that scene with Wilf, or was his Wilf his name? With Donna's grandpa. And it's so like, it's just so depressing because he thinks that he finally beat the Master and the 4 knocks like are done. And then out of the corner of like his like eye, he hears like the and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. And it's because of Wilfred. Jesus. So depressing. And he has that amazing speech where he's like, I could do so much more. So great. David Tennant is, oh God, he used to be my favorite Doctor. I don't know. I can't even say these days who my favorite is anymore. It's either 10, 11, or 12. They're all really great. But God, his acting in that scene is amazing. But the regeneration, he goes on for like, 10, 20 minutes, like a very long time. He goes and visits all of his past companions and saves them on their rainy day when they're about to like fall into trouble. He goes to Donna's wedding and gives her like a lottery ticket, which is an amazing thing. I just like how dragged out the regeneration scene is. And then, of course, the singing of the oud, and as he's regenerating in the TARDIS, it's like really grand, and there's like an orchestra and opera and stuff, and he destroys the TARDIS, and it's incredibly grand and amazing. I really like the 10th Doctor one. That was great. But better than that is the 11th Doctor. All right. I thought his regeneration was amazing. It's the climax of the entire Stephen Moffat arc, I guess, with all his setting up with the silence and everything. And but what makes the scene so amazing, I think, is just Matt Smith's delivery. That's really what it comes down to. It's just so authentic, and because what happens is that the Doctor ages. He becomes very old. Like he physically looks like an old man, like old man 12th Doctor. No, not 12th, sorry, 11th. I guess technically 12th or 13th or something. Yeah, he looks like this, right? This is Damon Targaryen right here, right, in makeup. And you think, at least I did when I was watching, and everyone who was speculating what's going to happen, they also thought this, I guess, which is that we're not going to see the young Matt Smith again. Like, he's going to regenerate in this scene here, and unfortunately we'll never get to see him act as his young self again, but because of the magic of writing and television, you can do whatever you want, and before he regenerates, he turns youthful again. And it's such like a when Clara steps into the TARDIS and she sees the young Doctor again, it's like a moment. It's a moment, a pleasant surprise where it's like, oh my god, we're seeing the young actor again, and also the fact that maybe he isn't actually going to die, and maybe it was a big like massive plot twist, and he did manage to survive or whatever. And you only feel that for like a brief second because you're like, obviously everything is telling us, all the production and marketing, you know how this coming, he was in the Day of the Doctor, all of it is leading up to the fact that he's going to die. But you had that brief moment where you're like, oh my god, maybe he isn't going to die. Then he gives this speech about like, I will never forget one line of this. Not one day, I swear. I will always remember when the Doctor was me. And it's so emotional, and it's like so meta as well. It's like speaking to the audience. He has his moment with seeing the child Amy when she's like walking around, and like you hear the giggling of like a child, and it's like all these things she's drawn and stuff. It's so perfect, I guess is what I would say. I think it's, to me, it edges out the 10th Doctor one. It's probably my favorite one. Anyway, it's, what is this? That's the new actor for the Doctor, right? Newty Gatwa? I have no idea how to pronounce that. I think that's like the 14th Doctor, right? Yeah. I heard when this got announced. So that's kind of what made it so surprising when she regenerated into David Tennant. That was crazy. Moffat thinks his horrible long cringe speeches are good. It's because they are good. That's why. Jesus. Peter Capaldi did a 180 in character for season 9. 180 in character for season 9. Did he? Season 9, that's what Film Buff is watching at the moment, right? Yeah. I don't know, he feels consistent to me for all of his seasons. I can't think of anything where I'm like, oh yeah, it's like a different personality or anything. In terms of appearance, he might have. I never liked his long hair in like season 8 in some of those episodes, but yeah. Anyway, that is my Doctor Who Regeneration tier list with a bunch of stuff that I've never seen down here. Anyway,